Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Keith with Craps TX. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up before we get started. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when a new video comes out. You'll also get some suggested feed content in your feed from similar content creators about craps or other casino games. So there's always that. A plus, if you will. So in a previous video, we did 88 on the inside. We did a 2-hit regression. So we had to get 2 hits, and we regress down to 66. And then we take one more hit as a profit, set that to the side, and then we were out of the hand. And at that point, we pressed up one more time on the next hit, back to 88, and then just same betted from then on out, and collecting green chips. We're going to do basically the same thing this time around, except I wanted to also try it out at a 3-hit, to where we get our 3 hits first, set that off to the side. So that would be 3 hits at 28, 60, 24. So we'd have $84 out of our 88, then we'd only be into the hand for $4, and then we could regress once and then start pressing up after that. So that's what we're going to do with this one. Hopefully when I start rolling this out, it'll make a little sense. Please go back and watch that other video if you haven't seen it yet. It'll be something like 88 2 hits and a regression or something like that. We'll see how we name that. Sorry, I'm trying to get my stopwatch set up over here just so I know what kind of time I'm working with. So let's go ahead and get set up. What we'll do, we've got 5 shooters set up at $88 a piece. That's 3 green, 2 red, 3 white. That's $88. So that is $440. We'll go ahead and make it an even 500 by adding another 60, and I'm just going to leave that off to the side. So right here you have $500. Should you walk up to a table and play with $500 with this strategy? No. You can if you want, but it's always suggested to have enough for 10 shooters. So you'd have to walk up at least with $880, $900, $1,000 if you wanted to play this continually for every shooter. I'm doing this for the sake of brevity and to show you how it works in a simulation. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. I'm never trying to deceive anybody and say, oh yeah, walk up with this much money and make bank. No, these dice can turn on you in an instant. So yeah, now this is just for entertainment and testing of a strategy. All right, so got that out of the way. So let's get it rolling out. We are not the shooter. We're not playing the pass line. We're not playing the don't pass line. We're going to wait for a point to be set, and then we'll set up our 88 inside. So we're looking at shooter number 1. Well, let's hit it and let's get a point set. We've got a 12 midnight boxcars. I believe they call that all the dots we got. There's a 6-5 yo, so we are counting down. Can we roll a 10 next? Will it be that kind of a hand? No, we cannot, but we got a point though. 5, 1, 6. 6 will be our point. All right, so we'll take our $88 and set that out there so you can see it visually. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's $88. Dealer, please set me up 88 inside. So that is 4 units on each of the inside numbers, or 20, 24, 24, and 20. You needed to hear it. 4. 3, and then we cap off with 6 and 8 with 4 each. So again, there we go, 20, 24, 24, and 20. So now we're looking for 3 hits this time, as opposed to the last strategy that we tested out. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult, but yeah, that way we don't have to set money aside and then come back, and kind of saves one step if we can get those 3 hits. All right, shooter number 1, let's see what we can do. There is a 639, so there is our first hit. That is going to pay us $28. We are setting the money to the side, by the way. But yeah, I'm trying to get my initial 88 covered. That's why we're taking 3 hits, hopefully. There's a 314. That is no help to us. There's a hard 4. So finding the holes. There's a 6-5 yo. See a horn, bet a horn. What's going to come up next? 2 craps. So yeah, that would have worked in the see a horn, bet a horn strategy. Oops. That was not a roll, that was a dice slipping out of my hand. All right, there's a hard 6. So there is our second hit. That is also the point. That pays 28, or what we'll do is pay 30 for 2. Dealer will most likely ask you for that. So far we have $56, and we need another point set, so we're waiting for the point to be set first. There is a 6 to 8, easy 8. So that is our new point. We need one more hit before we regress. 6 to 8 back-to-back buckshot. Point hit, 24 pays 28. And at this point we will ask the dealer, well there's 28 just so you can see it. Please take me down to 66 inside. So that's removing 1 unit from each of the inside numbers. $22. Alright, and we'll put that back over in our bankroll stack here, our little winning stack, but I am going to condense as I go. There's 5 white, that gives me a red. There's 5 red, and that gets me a green. There's 4 green, and that gets me a black chip. So we are at $106. We took out our initial 88, so we are good to go. We're playing with profit, with our profit, with casino money, with house money, with left-handed money, whatever you want to call it. We're out of the hand, we're in profit for this hand, so anything we do from here on out is a plus. First thing we're going to do is get this back up to 88. May seem kind of redundant, but that is what we're going to try to do, and then from then on we'll just same bet. Well, what that does, well, I guess we need a point first, right? So there's a 6 to 8. So there's our point. I am going to do another version probably later on down the line, not necessarily in this series, but just where we do it, where we're always working. In this version and the version where I did the 2 hits, we waited for a point to be set. Alright, so we do need one more hit, but we're not going to get it. There is a 6-1-7 out. So we'll take that $106. That is going to be shooter number 1. That's what they made for us. Let's see, we got to bump all this back up 1 unit to get set up for the next shooter. You don't have to do this right away. You can wait till the point was hit, but our point is set. But we'll go ahead and do it just to get it out of the way. All right, so we're at $88. We're going to pay our $88 for shooter number 2. And bets are off. We're not going to be working to come out, like I said. Let's get a new set of dice just for the heck of it. There is a 5 and a 3. I'll take that. That adds up to 8. And we're looking for a point. Dice are out. 5-1-6. 6 will be our point. All right, now we're looking for 3 hits. I know it's difficult. It's a high climb, but can we get it? There's a 6-2-8. There's hit number 1. That is going to pay us $28. And there it is. We'll set that over here to the side. That's our first hit. 2 more. Can shooter number 2 get us 2 more? There is a 4-1-5. So far, so good. That is also going to pay us 28, or we'll do 30 for 2. And we are now at what, $56? Come on, shooter, 1 more hit, please. There we go. 5-3-8. That is going to pay us $28. And we are now basically out of this hand. That is what, 84. So that's $84, but we're going to tell the dealer to take us down to 66 inside. So we're kind of in the hand for $4, I guess you could say. We're going to take 1 unit off of each. So that is now at 66 inside. And again, I like to kind of keep things tidy. We're going to clean that up. There's 5 for 5, 5 for a quarter, and there's a quarter for a black chip. So we're back at $106. So now we're going to try to get back up to 88. Again, kind of sounds redundant or ridiculous. What I was doing in the previous video was actually getting 1 hit and then going back up. But you know, it's a little extra work for your dealer. It may not make sense. You know, I could put pen to paper, pencil to paper, whatever. That is an 8, by the way. That's going to pay us 21. So again, I said we can collect, or we can set this back out and get to that green chip level quicker, hopefully. So that would be our $21 that we won. So win $1. That's $22. We're going to add that back in. So we're back to 88. And now we're just going to same bet and collect a green chip on every hit, should we get them. There is a hit, 628. That is going to pay us $28. 1, 2, 3 on the white and a green there. Alright, so already shooter number 2 has done better than shooter number 1. There is a hard 6. There's another hit, and that is going to be our point. But before that, we are going to pay ourselves $28 or 30 for 2. And another green chip goes in the stack. Always a good thing. Looking for a new point for shooter number 2. There's a 527 frontline winner, and thankfully we were not on, so it does not affect us. Hard 8, square pair. That's going to be our new point, the 8. All right, looking for 3 hits. Or no, we're not. We're looking for just same bets. That's right. 6-1 or 5-1-6. Get it right, Keith. All right, $28 is what that's going to pay. So there's another green chip. I forgot we were just same betting now. So we are just in collect mode. Collect, collect, collect. If you wanted, you could spread out to the 4 and 10. There's a 628. Again, there's another $28. We'll do 30 for 2. And we get a chance to condense again. There is 4 green chips now, and we'll get another black chip. How about that? All right, and that was point hit, right? Okay, let's set a new point. Same shooter, shooter number 2. You're doing us well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. 325, that is our new point. We are in collect mode. 426 or 2x4 however you want to say it. Pays us 28. There's 30. There's 2. That's 28. And there's another green chip. Let's keep on collecting those green chips. There's a 3 craps. Might check 1, 2. Ace deuce. 145, so that is point hit. This shooter is hitting some points, so he's helping everybody out. That again, that 20 is going to pay us 28. We'll have to pay that out as 28. 1, 2, 3, and another green chip. All right, looking for a new point, still on the same shooter. 6, 2, 8. 8 will be our new point, and we're in collect mode, as I said earlier. 527. Well, now the house is in collect mode. That is going to end it for that particular shooter. I believe we're all condensed down here, but that is a good looking stack there. There's some black, there's some green, there's some red, there's some white. A little bit of everything for everybody. All right, so that leaves us at 88 here, so we're just going to leave that out. We'll go ahead and get our next shooter set up. Again, this is not the way they would do it at the casino. I'm just doing it to save time for the video. There's $88. I'm going to pay for shooter number 3, and just like that, we got $88 set up. All right, puck is off. We are on shooter number 3. We're going to get some new dice. Always looking for that 8. There is the square pair. I'll take that just to start, even though we're random shooting. And we have a hard 6 as our point. All right, so we're looking for 3 hits. 3 hits, shooter number 3. There's a 5-1-6. All right, so he got a hit, and he also hit the point, so it helps the pass line people out. 28, so that is going to pay 28. That is 3 white and 1 green. Looking for a new point, still on shooter number 3. 1, 3, 4. 4 is our new point. Again, these are our winnings here, so that's not any kind of bets. Don't confuse that. Hopefully that's clear. I'm not playing any prop bets or anything like that. All right, we're looking for 2 more hits. There is a 6, 2, 8. That will pay 28, or we'll do 30 for 2. All right, we're now at $56 so far in winnings. Looking for 1 more hit. 325. All right, so there is our 3rd hit. That is $28. 3 and a green. And we're now at 75, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically we're in this hand for $4. But right now we're going to tell the dealer to take us down to 66. Again, it's just going to be kind of for 1 roll, but hopefully it makes a little sense. I guess the step is really kind of unnecessary, but yeah, that's kind of the way I had saw it on another video from like 5 years ago. I'll show you who it is if I can go back and look it up. Sorry, just doing a little house cleaning here. And those 4 green will give us a black. So we're at 106. So we are we're out of the hand. We're in profit for this hand. And we are still, was that a, no, okay. Yep, so now we're just gonna get one more hit, get back up to 88. There is a 6-5 yo 11. There's a 5-3 8. All right, so that does pay us 21. Again, we can collect if you want now, but I want to get to that green chip level. And this is a little work for our dealer, so we're going to take care of our dealer at the end. There is the $21 payout. Add $1, there's 22. Take me back up to 88 inside. So that makes every one of these pay $28, or that sought after green chip that we're looking for. This is a $15 table, by the way. I don't know that I said that, but I'll put it in the video description. There is a 5-2-7. So cinco dos, adios. We're done with this particular shooter. Puck is going to go off. We're going to take our $105 and put that right there for shooter number 3. All right, so this is at 88. We're just going to say these are off. We're going to take shooter number 4's money, is $88, and give that to the dealer. Set me up 88 inside. Voila, you have 88 inside. And our bets are not working. We're looking for a point. So shooter number 4 is coming out looking for a point, setting that point. 6-5 yo 11. Or yo 11. Yo ho ho. 5-3 8. 8 will be our point. All right, so we are looking for 3 hits. 3 hits. Shooter number 4, let's go. And shooter number 4 said, I gotta go. He has been kicked off the table, throwing a 4-3-7, 0.7 out. So shooter number 4 gets that big empty space right there. So, all right, puck goes off. We're still at $88 out here. We're gonna take shooter number 5's money, set that out. Dealer, please place 48 inside for me. 48, 88 inside. I don't know where 48 came from. So there we go. We got 88 inside. Bets are off. Shooter number 5 is looking for a set of dice, and hopefully he will take them, he or she will take them and make it a long roll. All right, looking for a point. Shooter number 5. Let's go. There is a 1-3-4. 4 will be our point, and we are looking for those 3 hits. Kind of hard to do, I know, but let's see what we can do. There is a 2x4 6. There's our first hit. 24 is going to pay 28. 1, 2, 3 white and a green. Come on, shooter number 5. There's a 6-3-9. There is our second hit. Another 28, or we'll pay 30 and drop the dealer 2. So that is still a $28 payout, but it just keeps things nice and tidy. And let's get another hit. 5-3-8. All right, back to back to back. We got our 3 hits that we needed. So that pays $28. Set that over here. We are now at the $84 level. Dealer, please take me down to 66 inside. 1 unit off of each. All right, and we are now out of the hand. There's 5 white, or I'm sorry, 5 red. We're gonna get a green for that. There's 4 green. We'll get a black chip for that, and I believe we have 5 white. We can get a red chip for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a red chip. So we are now $108 or $107. That's kind of odd. I must have miscalculated something somewhere. Oh, I took an extra. Yeah, I took an extra single off of the 8. So yeah, there's 3 and 3. So that's what I did. I took 1 too many singles off the 8. Sure everything's right. All right, so we're now at 66 inside. We got $106 out of the hand, out of the original 88. So we are what, 16, $18 in profit, or $18 in the positive. There's a hard 10, no help on this particular shooter, and he said, well, shame on you. You should have put something on the 10 because I'm going to throw hard 10s back to back. That helps a little bit of everybody that's playing those prop bets and the 10. 2x4, 6. All right, so there is a hit that will take us back to 88 inside. We're going to set that out. Pays $21. We're going to throw in $1. Dealer, take me back to 88 inside. A little bit of work for your dealer, but if you throw that dollar out there pretty quick, he's going to understand. Especially if you play this hand over and over, they'll understand what you're doing, and they'll, be ready for you instead of sitting there waiting, and then they're trying to do the calculations and all that, which they're trained to do anyway. They kind of know what they're doing. Well, that rolled, but that was a 12 midnight. All the spots and dots doesn't help us right now. There's a 3-2-5. All right, so that is going to pay 28. So we are now in collect mode. 24 pays 28, and there's our green chip. That's what we're looking for. Green chips after green chips after green chips. Could we press up? Absolutely. Could we stay where we are and keep collecting green chips? Absolutely. That's a 9, by the way. That's going to pay $28, or we'll do 30 for 2. And put our green chip over there. Alright, a hard 4. That is going to be point hit. Good for the 4 and the hard way players. We're looking for a new point. We're on shooter number 5, and he throws a 5. 3-2-5. That is our new point. We're still in collect mode, so we're just looking for box numbers right now, those inside ones to be specific. There is a 6-3-9. That is going to pay 28. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, and a green. There's the green. Yay, green. We always want those different colors, don't we? Especially those higher denomination colors. 6-2-8. There's another $28, or we have enough change to do 30 for 2. And add to the green pile. And we're going to take 4 green chips and swap them out for a black chip. And now, that's nice. Hear that click? That means we got more than one black chip. 2-1-3 or 1-2-3, ace deuce. No juice for us. And there's a 5-2-7 out. All right, so that is going to end it for this particular version of this strategy. Let's clear this out, and we'll get a final tally, see where we're at. Go ahead and clear this $88 off the table. We don't need it anymore. It'd be nice to have it, but we don't need it. And we're just going to count up our winning shooters, which were 4 of them, 4 out of the 5. And there is our $60 from the original 500. Remember, we had 440 set up. I threw in 60 more just to leave it as an even 500. So we're going to set that there, and we'll stack these other color chips up and get a count, see where we're at. Where did we end up on the 88 inside with a 3-hit then regression strategy? Looks pretty good so far, but let's go ahead and get all these out, and we'll get an official count. All right, so condensing down, there's 5 white for red. There's that red. All right, let's take our red. There's 5, 10, so that'll give us 2 green. Get a Sesame Street math lesson and a strategy lesson all in one. All right, there is 4 green. We'll take that for a black chip, and now we can get a final tally. Starting bankroll, $500. Playing 88 inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, there's 750, 760, 761. So $500 starting bankroll, 761 for the final bankroll, 261 profit. Not a bad session. Will that happen every time? Absolutely not. Can you walk out of here with $0? Absolutely. Should you have discipline and walk away before it gets to $0? Absolutely. So that was an $88 inside strategy, taking 3 hits, regressing to 66, taking 1 more hit, getting back up to 88, and then collecting. Same bet. Green chip, green chip, green chip. $28 every time, every hit. So you see how we did. Not too bad. $15 table, like I said. I don't think I said that in a previous video either, so I'll just put a graphic up there. This is a $15 table. I'm getting ready for a cruise in the end of July of 2025, depending on when you're watching this video. I may have already had the cruise. But they have a $15 table if I can get in there. There's only one craps table. It's a huge ship, the Carnival Jubilee out of Galveston, Texas. But yeah, so I've been running out $15 strategies. If you're wondering why I'm running so many $15 strategies, that's why. They have a $15 table and only one. So that was it. Please comment down below if you got any questions about this, if you got any suggestions about this strategy. I know it's kind of redundant there, doing that one regression and then pressing right back up, but hopefully you see why. I mean, it gets us that $106 or whatever it was over here that gets us out of the $88 hand. And then we just start, we press back up and then start collecting. So pretty cool. I don't really have a name for it, but there's lots of other versions of it. Just search 88 inside. It may be, somebody may show it on a $10 table or a $5 table or a $25 table, which I don't think you can do on a $25 table. You cannot. That would have to be what, 25, that'd be 110 inside. You'd have to do 110 to start, which I did do a 110 video. Go back and look, I think it's called Bankroll Blitz, 110 inside. That's also a 2-hit and then regression strategy. So lots of good videos. Please check them all out below, or click the name of my channel and it'll take you to my videos, and hopefully you can find something in there that you like. My name is Keith. This is Craps TX. Before you leave, please hit that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell for notifications. You'll be notified when we put out another video. All of that helps us with the algorithm. We're getting these videos pushed out. Our sub count is climbing, and we can't thank you enough for that. We really appreciate it, and it's quite humbling to know that there are people that like to watch these types of videos. It's the kind that I like to watch when I started out back in October, November of 2024. So I'm just trying to run through a lot of these strategies where, where you can play it at whatever level table. So that is going to be it. I don't know if I'll put the email down there, but there it is, crapstx@gmail.com if you'd like to send an email instead. I'll go through it all again. My name is Keith with Craps TX. That's it for this video. We'll see you on the next one.